When did you start football?
So at Sunderland started at about 7, 8. Started playing about 3, 4.
Right, because I started boxing when I was 7, right? And then I was running that alongside the football, but obviously the boxing eventually took the limelight.
Yeah.
And at 12, bro, I went and won first national title when I was a kid, and then from then on,
At
just
12?
went at 12, mate. Yeah, so
Jesus.
like went from you box like obviously in your area, then your area you go to another area, Midlands, and then London come up in the finals, and you have it, and then obviously it's the best kid in the weight category at that age. So I won that when I was 12, and then I went straight from there to like the European box offs and stuff. Started boxing for England. Won like
From 12?
From like 13, 12, mate. I was boxing for
So you were
England.
travelling around Europe?
Yeah, it was
At
mad, bro.
13?
It was mad. And then I won like the Tri-Nations where you've got England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales. I won that a good few times, and then eventually got like selected to box for England in the World Championships when I was like, I think it was 16, 17, and it was like a youth World Championship. So the max age was, I think it was 18, so you could enter when you were 16. So it was like I was fighting good kids, and I remember
And older kids as well.
and older ones, bro. And I remember going there, and I was like, they had Team GB, which was like the proper setup, and you had Team England, which we were on. So we were like trying to get to the Team GB, and I remember going there and thinking, like, I was so like when I was a kid, I was headstrong, and I was like, I'm gonna be the first one to win a medal here, easy like that. And obviously you got Russia, you got Cuba, you got all these countries over there. I went and won a bronze against the. I beat Mexico. I beat Tajikistan.
Was it like a much different experience as well, like fighting people from different countries?
It was just everything, mate. The setup, they stopped me in a hotel in Armenia. So I was like in this country where it was like I'd never even heard of really. And I remember being there, and we obviously having to make weight and stuff, and you fight on the same day. And I remember having to take my boxers off to make the weight, and there's lines and lines of these kids all from different countries. You've got Russia and all that, looking like they just want to eat me up, because I'm just this skinny little English kid, do you know what I mean? And take my boxers off to weigh in and cover myself up, and I was just thinking, oh, this is mad, this. And then obviously got the 3 wins, got beat in the semi-finals against a Cuban who eventually won gold and got the best box of the tournament. I only got beat by a couple of points, so it was decent. And from then went and got selected for Team GB and won senior BAs.
And how old was that when you got selected for Team GB?
17, 18. So then I was on that cycle going towards the end of 2012. When 2012 was ended, I got on. So the older lads were coming out, and we were heading towards 2016. So my goal was 2016. I had ups and downs all the way there. I actually quit. I left boxing, mate. In 2015. I was number 1 seed in Europe, so I'd won the European bronze medal. I was number 1 seed in Europe, and for the qualifiers, I would have had the easiest draw. And I just said, I'm sick of boxing. I'm sick of everything. So I left it, and then 2016 that year, I got back on, and we ended up. My dad had a massive chat with us. I was actually become a nightclub promoter, bro. How mad's that? For like 4 months there, from like Tuck Palace, in Newcastle, right? From like that year in 2015, November to like maybe January, February, and then the qualifier was April or May, and I was heavy. I was overweight, and I rang back in. I said, listen, can I come back on? And the guys let us back on. And I went. They says, listen, we've got to send another guy to another qualifier, the first qualifier, because you're not ready. So if he qualifies, you're done. So I'm training all this time, thinking this training could be for nothing, because if this guy goes, and I'm not. So he got beat. They sent me to the next one, the world one, and you have to get at least a bronze. And I went and won a medal, and then just qualified straight away. So I was all the lads were like, listen, you've been partying for like 6 months, you've come back and you qualified. I was like, I've had a little bit of best of both worlds, but they're going to the Olympics.
But then with that, I've give you the motivation to think, if I like really focused on this and dedicated myself, God knows where I can take us.
starting to just focus myself, apply myself properly and everything. I just knew. I mean, I got beat in one fight before the medals at Rio, and he went on to win the gold medal. So in every tournament, if I've been beat, I've always been beat by the guy who eventually wins it. Yeah. So it's like one of them. But from then, mate, I just thought, listen, come back from the Olympics, have a little break, see where you want to go, keep your mental intact. And I went from there and turned pro, and now it's like,
Was that a big transition?
It is different, bro. It's different. Amateurs is fast in 3 rounds, and you can get away with a lot because you're not. You have to live the life, but it's 3 rounds of boxing. It's only 9 minutes.
Yeah.
While as a pro, you have to live the life. You after in Team GB, it was like a school. It was like a home school. So you got sort of like the coaches are like teachers and the on you. It was like boarding school. So if you're not doing what you're told, you're gonna get kicked out. So you got to keep. But as a pro, you got to do a lot yourself. If you're not running yourself, if your coach tells you to do the run, you don't do it and stuff like that. It's your own fault. You know what I mean? But I've always had that discipline and determination to get to the top in boxing when I started. I think I can get to the top as an amateur in the sport. I can definitely get to the top as a pro. I just need to make the style I've got work. But I feel like I'm on the way, mate. And obviously, I love to see you got one of these fights one day. But hopefully, I have the stadium and
hopefully we're right in the middle of that.
Mate, it'll be unbelievable.
Yeah.
It'll be unbelievable.
Place will be absolutely bouncing.
It'll be crazy, bro. It'll be crazy. But yeah. That and seeing us put a good season in this year, do you know what I mean?
Hopefully.
100%.
Finish as high as we possibly can.
I think we will, bro. I think we'll do well.
Good, yeah.